Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. We're looking for the enemy main hero. Because maybe we can beat it down, destroy it, and kill it, and you know, all the things. Kind of mostly rushing it down. I forgot to use all these spells, but I don't think it would have changed very much. Maybe fly. I was on a road the whole time. I don't think fly would have eliminated much in the way of terrain penalties. I think the road does that already. It used to in other games. Where was the castle? Somewhere around. Oh, there it is. We found it. Schism Castle. Doesn't seem like the hero's home. I would like to not accept that result. Battle. To battle. Alright. What's ranged? That's melee. Pure resistance. Okay. Wait, is that tier 7? It is. The Abyssal Envoy. Okay, okay. Arbitrator. We've seen those in we've seen a few of these actually in our arena thing. That's ranged. We knew that. They shoot particularly well when they're far away. This is also ranged, but they're also okay in melee, I think. Oh, no. They can shoot even if they're tied. It's basically, they're not tied. Right. But I can hit both of their range with a single dragon hit. Grand... what? Tier 4. Flying melee. The target cannot gain focus. Interesting. Very specific. This is also range, yeah? Yeah. And they summon themselves out of corpses. This is the tier 3. Some sort of weird slime rider. That looks weird. Just a little bit. I vaguely remember. I think we had some of those as well. This gives a debuff. A curse. And this is also ranged, but... oh no, it's melee. Wait, what? They become ranged when they're leveled up. Interesting. They're gremlins. Alright, well, let's kill these. What are we doing? Defense? We can... can we... hold on. Can we snipe entire stacks of units with a black hole? Does anything fully die? Fully resistant to all magic means immune to it. Got it. So that you could have just said immune to magic, I feel like. Okay. We don't... we don't snipe any stacks here. Deals damage to all enemies, but not that much damage. You know what? They're probably gonna hit the troglodytes. I think they were also hitting this. I did not realize I could hit 2 creatures with that. Yeah, that's because it's max level. Doriath's Tide is pretty big, but no. Revives fallen units. Ooh. Keep a spell. Maybe do that later. These are going to summon now, probably. Tower hit the troglodytes, yeah. Probably a good thing I protected them then. Well, that was a trap. They have 1 HP left. I wonder if it's a trap that sets HP to 0. That could be a thing. Not 0, 1. Sorry for the sneeze, if I didn't notice it in the timeline. I think I would like to prevent the curse from going off. Wait, you have AoE. Yeah, it's much better actually. I didn't kill it, but like, almost. And now the curse is kind of useless. Can finish these off. I don't need to move you. I also don't need to move you. Ow. Yeah, you're not gonna kill a dragon. Ain't no way. I guess we split damage, hit both of these. That's what makes the most sense to me. We need to kill these, probably. We can hit them from a distance. That's cute. They regen, because why wouldn't they? Oh, they get another turn. Ooh. That's fine, though. It's fine, because they hit... The tower hit something that I don't care about. I protected. So I should take no losses, right? Oh, they hit this. Damn. Well... What can you do? Training was successful. Cool. I have gained knowledge. Is there a spell I have that would allow me to know where the heroes are? Does that work even in the Fog of War? I don't know if that's the spell or just them being very slightly, you know, poking out just slightly from the Fog of War. It's probably poking out because that's not 18 squares. Yeah, I don't know. I need better scouting. Neutral armies. Not helping. Oh, wait, the location of all enemy heroes and cities. Okay. We found them. I don't know if the cities include neutral cities. I don't know if I can say, hey, he's captured this. Maybe. Okay, second win. It was over here. I think you go down this road, but I'm not sure. Spending a lot of mana to go after him. Is that it? That it? I mean, it has to be it, because that's the hero. It's single hero. No, we are fighting the big fight. The single hero fight. You gotta do it. Ta-da-da. I can just throw you in because that's kind of what you do. Throw you after these seems pretty good. Ties down 2 archers, takes down 10 angels and griffins, but like that's not the main purpose. Also, dragons are just kind of unkillable. The dragons alone win. Oh, rewind death, I assume? They killed a dragon. I believe I can teleport you far enough that they can just make it across. With blink. I thought it said 3. I was confused. For up to 3 hexes, that was way more than 3. Was it level... Was it higher level? But I don't know. Anyway, I can hit all these, which is why I really wanted to have them up there. Let's go! It didn't kill any of them. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. V-wait. We use your fighting style to hit all of these. I'm gonna go here. Maybe he'll want to attack the Minotaurs instead. Nope. The dragons. Interesting. It's going to be a lot harder for the Dragon Breath to accidentally It feels like it's going to be a little harder for Dragon Breath to accidentally hit friends if nothing is large anymore. Oh. I mean, they killed, what, 3 dragons? And I can't resurrect them. Don't have enough mana for some of the crazy stuff. Oh, it's you. What's left? This thing, so we shoot this thing, and then... You have a lot of defense, right? Yeah. Figures. It felt like I was not doing that much damage. Okay, I don't have to put you way out there. Durgan! Cannot hit this +1, which makes me sad, but let's at least hit these 2. I don't think I could do this. I don't have the points, but also I don't think I could do this to move where it is right now. Let's change the initiative of someone so that someone takes a turn before them. Probably just target the elves or something. And we can turn this on. Why not? It still kills them. Keeps them out of danger, though. Well, no, not really, but it's fine. Alright. Lost 3 dragons. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, it's straight up victory. Okay, I don't have to chase down the rest of their castles. Assuming they have at least one of the bottom castles. Maybe they don't. What was the screen behind the victory thing? Could I not look at that? I guess I can't. It's only been 12 minutes. Part of me wants to end the video so that the topic stays the same for the entirety of the video, but then it's a short video. Let's just talk for a second. We've tried the 2 relatively new modes. I believe this is just classic play a scenario, right? There's 4 different castles. Victory condition, capital hold. Capital hold? Classic, capital hold. Oh. Anyway, we can look at that next video. My point was going to be, hey, we've tried Arena, we've tried Single Hero. What are some thoughts I'm having on the game so far? Arena is interesting. I'm curious to see if it catches on as a multiplayer mode or not. There's some upside to it. It's interesting. There's some downside to it. Example of upside is just makes you see different things. You know, trying to have alternate upgrades for every unit is something they've tried before. With Heroes 5, I believe, is the main thing that comes to mind. On the second DLC, they tried that. And it's back here, and it plays very well into Arena. Because Arena can give you units, any unit. They kind of just roll the units randomly, right? It's all going to be... I think every choice is going to be between 3 units of the same tier. And if there wasn't the alternate upgrade, it can be either upgraded or not. Both players are going to have the same choices, but yeah, it can be upgraded or not. And if there wasn't the alternate upgrade, it would be kind of 50-50 if it's upgraded or not. But with the alternate upgrades being in, you're most likely getting, like, well, on average, you should get about 2/3 of the units upgraded version and then 1/3 of the units offered unupgraded. That's already cool. And then the other thing that's cool about it is very often the pattern with alternate upgrades is going to be, well, as a player, you're gonna look at both of them. You're gonna be like, I like this better for my playstyle, and it's gonna be very rare that you flex between the two. As a player, you're just gonna go like, this is my man, my Minotaur, my Bull man, and I'm going to stick to that one. Most players are going to do that. I would tend to do that as well. The game really wants to make it easy to flex between the two. You can even pick a stack, split it in half, and only transform the other half into the other type. Like, you can kind of go crazy. It's very flexible what they've implemented, and yet still most people probably just pick one and stick to it. Arena makes you play with different things because you kind of have to. You do not have that flexibility. I don't know. I think Arena works well in the context of having alternate upgrades for units. That is a thought I was thinking about recently. One thing that's a little off-putting with it, though, is well, two thoughts I was having with Arena. The first is just faction synergies are kind of not really there. You might have a little bit of it with if your faction, if the hero you chose is of the same faction as certain units, but faction synergies are kind of gone. And with Dungeon here that we just played, every unit gets a fighting style. That's their gimmick. And I'm guessing every law tree is structured the same. On the left side, you've got econ focused things, and on the right side, you have creature power focused things. More creature production on one hand, and on the other, just making this tier unit stronger, this tier unit stronger, etc. And taking Dungeon as an example, it boosted every single fighting style. And it made a huge difference to the fighting style in a lot of cases, because you take the tier 3 archer, it's Onyx Dancer or whatever it was called, the dancer lady that throws chakrams. If you're throwing your chakram at one unit, you get 100% damage on that unit. If you can choose to use its fighting style to throw 2 chakrams at 2 different units, 50 damage each. You're simply splitting your damage in between 2 different units. You gain nothing from it except spreading the damage out, which is often not necessarily what you want to do. Burn down this dangerous stack, and then this dangerous stack, and then this dangerous stack. That's often what you want to do. Not always, but often. But then when the law comes in, suddenly the total damage increases if you split it. Right? You do a little bit less damage to a single target, but you overall do more damage if you add the damage you did on both stacks together. That's why I always split my damage once I got that law. That's also why it's the first law I clicked on. The other fighting styles tend to be a little bit more situational. But this one I thought was just a lock. You always do it. There are some cases, I guess, when you don't do it. Because, you know, you really want to burn down this one creature stack. But for the most part, you're going to want to do more damage overall. It's just going to generally be better. So you lose out on some of that with the arena because it's lawless. The arena is completely lawless. You get the units without any law benefits. It's going to be a different experience. A big battle in single hero or classic between 2 heroes of 2 different factions is going to be and feel very different than a battle in an arena. It's a different beast almost. Which goes back to what I was wondering. I wonder if it's going to catch on as a popular multiplayer mode. It could. It has good things going for it because it's relatively fast. You don't have to build up economy, build up your army, etc. But also, you lose out on some of the fun synergies and strategies and like just big power swings that you can get when you've got laws and faction synergies and whatnot. Very interesting. Also, the laws make it so if you start as a certain faction, there's no world where you want to really switch off of that unless there's an overwhelming number of castles of another faction that you control. Like you start with dungeon, that's what we started with, but that's your only dungeon castle on the map, and then in between you and your temple opponent is 10 necropolises. I feel like at some point the Necropolis troops, even if they're inferior because there's no laws to support them, are still going to just by the numbers be better than what you're fielding as a dungeon, dude. To some extent, that's okay. What complicates a bit matters. It's not just the number of troops, it's also, well, the troops are better if they're my faction. I don't know. It almost feels like... no, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, I don't know. The law system can probably be tweaked to be a little less like this, but I also don't know if they would want to do that. Maybe they're perfectly okay with, like, insisting that your main faction should be your main faction, but then they've been, I believe, somewhat careful in trying to make matches balanced, even though they're randomly generated, and it's not always perfect. And if we look at our single hero game, for example, it spawned, so we both had our capital plus one extra castle of our own faction in our starting area. Then we both had a random, like, nonsense faction in our second area we can explore. And then there's a strip of neutral land at the bottom with 4 castles in it. Those 4 castles had 2 neutrals, I'm going to call, meaning neither his nor mine. And then 2 temples, which were both his. The map, if you look at it from a perspective of, let's just say we split the map evenly, he's going to over time accumulate more power than I, because he has more castles for his faction, which produce superior troops for him. That being said, the other imbalance that was there in this map is I got dragon dwellings in my starting area. He probably had angel dwellings somewhere on the map. Couldn't find them. It looks like his starting area had griffins and knights mostly. Maybe some other thing that I didn't notice. Maybe that was an angel thing, but I could not see an angel dwelling. My starting area had, like, the tier 2 units, the dragons, and like one archer lady, one warren maybe. Some random stuff, but it had 2 dragon dwellings. What the hell are we doing? As soon as I got the dragons online, and I made it a mission to get them online as soon as possible, because I wanted to take advantage of all the +1 creature production on it. As soon as I made my dragon dwelling, I was making, what, 4? I think 4. Yeah, +1 from the dwellings is +2, +1 from the castle and space 1. So yeah, +4 per turn, which is insane. 4 dragons a turn. Remember in Heroes 3, when I was playing through the campaign, taking Stedwick, big part of that strategy was just, I flagged the dragon cave as early as possible, create summoning portal, and flag no other dwelling, to guarantee summoning portal gives me the +1 dragon every turn. So I'm getting 2 dragons every turn, 1 from the dwelling, 1 from the summoning, and as soon as I get the dragon cave in the castle, that's another +1 every turn on top of the normal it was, we just had a giant pile of dragon. That's how we won. It was reminiscent of that here, which was interesting. But yeah, those are a few thoughts. I think that makes for a decently sized video. Next time we can try classic. Let's try the shortest one, the smallest one, the smallest map. What is this? Why are there 4 dice? What is this dice? What is this dice for? I assume random will pick one of these and not a random selection of tier 1 unit, tier 2 unit, tier 3 unit. That would be kind of silly. You know what? Next time, let's try this, because I want to know what Capital Hold is supposed to be. Also, Crossroads looks a little scripted. Choose your path wisely. I don't know, it might be a little randomish. We'll try it and we'll see what it's like. Until then, see y'all.